1701 here, and today we're going to talk about the news surrounding the Smugglers. Now, of course, it was mentioned online. The Smugglers was very popular for a couple days because, of course, Annika? I'm having a moment. Polly did mention at a recent convention that she had done VAM work, behind-the-scenes work for the Smugglers. Because I believe it's pretty well known that Polly really likes the Smugglers. I think she enjoyed filming it. It's one of her favorite stories she did. She loves the Smugglers. And the Smugglers was doing some VAM work. And, of course, I don't think she even mentioned animation. But, you know, us being the fandom, a lot of us got excited and we were like, ooh, is the Smugglers animation coming? Is the Smugglers animation coming? And I think that some people got a little ahead of themselves. Even on the merchandise forum, I was like, wait, did she actually mention animation? I think because the Smugglers, until the Savages got announced, the Smugglers was kind of the one a lot of us thought might be coming. It seemed likely. The Daily Mirror had reported on it years back, which I do think was actually just them getting confused with the surviving clips being colorized. So Smugglers was being animated was just fresh on everybody's mind, with it kind of being one of the leading candidates until Savages got announced. Now, it's possible Smugglers could get animated. Shapeshifter Studios could be working on another project, be they doing 2D or 3D animation. Now, they have done 3D traditionally, doing Web of Fear Episode 3 and Celestial Toymaker. But they could do 2D, or maybe 3D would be easier to animate Smugglers with the fight scene at the end. I just listened to the Loose Cannon Recon, or watched the Loose Cannon Recon recently for the first time. It's really good. I love the Smugglers. If you've heard me lately, you know I love the Smugglers. It's fantastic. The novel is good. The Recon is good. Love the Smugglers. I do think the fight scene in Episode 4 could be difficult to animate. Because I used to always think you could animate Smugglers in 2D pretty easily. It's not a big cast. But that fight scene in Episode 4 is huge. Fight scenes, I should say. Is huge. Very huge. And that could be difficult to do in 2D. So maybe potentially a 3D animation there. So it's not that I'm completely dismissing it outright. It's always possible we could get animation for the Smugglers. I'd love that. But I do think we got a little ahead of ourselves. I think that they were just filming behind-the-scenes material for the Smugglers because it's a missing story. It's a missing story. So it doesn't have a lot of VAM material. Like, there's never been a making-of for the Smugglers because the Smugglers has never been commercially released with it. Aside from the CD and the vinyl. It's never had visual representation officially. We've had the Recon, which is great. But it's never been released commercially outside of just the audio track. So, and, of course, the novelization. You guys know what I mean. So I think that they're preparing probably for the eventual Season 4 collection box set. We do know they bank stuff ahead of time. So they're probably just going ahead and trying to get some extra VAM material for Season 4. That way, if we don't have an animation by the time the Season 4 box set comes out, that we will have some stuff with the story besides just a reconstruction and the audio. And I love for all the stories to get making of. So she was probably out there filming some behind-the-scenes stuff, maybe a location documentary, maybe a making of, some of both. I think she was just doing VAM material for an eventual collection release. Makes way more sense. She did get on her Twitter, or rather, I think somebody posted for her on her Twitter that it had come to her attention that news was going around. She had said stuff about an animation, and she clarified that she never mentioned animation. She never brought up animation. Animation was not mentioned, and while she would love it, she knows nothing about an animation coming. So I like to think that that kind of makes that clear, unless the BBC just specifically got a hold of her and said, hey, we need you to do us a favor because we don't want people to know about this. But I don't think that's the case here. I think we could get Smugglers animated eventually. I'm pretty sure the BBC Studios, the team working on the Savages, are still working on the Savages. Now, maybe after the Savages, that'll be the one they do next. Who knows? That would be great. Even though it'd probably have a 12 to 18 month turnaround time. Still be great. Love the Smugglers. But right now, I'm just accepting it as she was filming something, VAM material, for the Season 4 collection box set. And no animation confirmation. Nothing. if she had to come out and specifically say no animation. So we all got kind of excited. Oh, a lot of us were even like, maybe they found part of the story. Are there missing episodes that have been located? Oh, the fandom got excited. Animation, episode recoveries. We should know better by this point. We really should. But even I wanted clarification. When I mentioned that on the forum, I'm like, wait. Did she actually say? Yeah, I'm that kind of person. I want to know what the person actually said. Because I know how things get on the internet, especially with the Doctor Who fandom. So, no animation, no recovered episodes, unless, at least that's the way I'm going to have it in my mind until something gets leaked or we get some kind of confirmation. I just figure they want to represent the missing stories as best they can. We'll probably get a making of for the Highlanders, if no animation. Get a making of for the Smugglers, especially if no animation. A lot of the same for Season 3. Marco Polo will probably get a very good making of for Season 1. That way, the stories will be represented and get at least some kind of love and care given to them, because a lot of those stories just have never gotten that since they're missing. So I want to know, what do you think of everything that went on with the Smugglers the past few days? Comment down below and let's talk about it. Don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button as well. I also have a Patreon if you would like to support me on that. There's a link to that down in the description below. All the other fun stuff, the P.O. box is down there. Links to the Amazon wish list are down there. Links to the Amazon UK wish list are also down there. If there's anything you want to send me to look at and review, I love getting fan mail. I want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons: Colin Coney, Sam Venning, Unknown289, and I lost my train of thought. Finn Perkins. There we go. I also want to give a shout out to my top tier patrons: Sam Venning, Unknown289, Finn Perkins, and Colin Coney. I appreciate their support, as I do the support of all of my patrons and my YouTube members. Most importantly, thank you for watching.